Now we will derive the probability function of the bivariate normal distribution. Firstly, what is bivariate normal distribution? The bivariate normal distribution is a generalization of a normal distribution for a single variable. That means we know that in the normal distribution we use only single variable, that is, let's say x. Meaning of bi word is 2. So here in bivariate normal distribution we use two variables. Let's say x and y. So now suppose that the expectation, or we can say mean of our x random variable is mu1 and the mean of y is equals to mu2. Next, variance of our random variable x is sigma 1 square and variance of our random variable y is sigma 2 square. Now to derive the bivariate normal distributions we make following three assumptions. According to our first assumption, the mean of y is equal to this. That means in the derivation we have to use the value of mean of y is equal to this. And according to our second assumption, the variance of y is this. According to third assumption, our x random variable is distributed normally with mean 0 and sigma 1 square. So by using basic three assumptions, we will derive our bivariate normal distribution, which is actually equals to the joint probability density function of our x and y random variable. That means basically we just have to calculate the joint probability density function of x and y, that is this value. Now we know that according to this formula of the probability, we can get the formula of the joint probability density function of our x and y is equals to this multiplied by this term, that is this one. That is the formula of the joint probability density function of x and y is equals to these terms. Now we have to write here value of this PDF and value of this PDF. Now we know that the PDF of our normal distribution is this, and our x belongs to normal distribution with mean 0 and variance sigma 1 square. That is, in this PDF at the place of mu, if we write 0 and at the place of sigma we write sigma 1, then we will get the PDF of our x random variable, that is this one. Now again we know that our y belongs to normal distribution with the mean this and variance this. So that means in the PDF of this normal distribution, at the place of this, that is the mu, that is mean, we write this value as like this one. That is, here we have x minus mu, here we have y minus mu, because this is the PDF of y. Now again at the place of sigma square we have to write this value, because variance of our y is this. So that means at the place of this we write here this value. Again at the place of this sigma we have to write under root of this value, because it is a value of sigma square, not sigma. So that's why we write here under root of this value, that is this one. So this is the value of our PDF, this one, and this is the value of our PDF, this one. Now we have to do some simple calculations and cuttings to get our bivariate normal distribution. So firstly we can see that after multiplying under root 2 pi with under root 2 pi we get only 2 pi, and after multiplying this term with this term we get this value. Again, since our bases are same, so we can add these powers. That means this plus this term. Here we expanded this square as like this. Now again we can multiply this term with these three terms turn by turn to get these three terms. Now we want to solve firstly these two terms, that is this term minus of this term. Firstly we take here the LCM of these two terms, then we multiply minus x square with these two terms to get this answer, and then after doing cutting we get this answer. That means now at the place of these two values we just have to write this value. So that's why we firstly we write here this value, then plus this value, then this value. Now we will take common minus 1 divided by 2, 1 minus rho square from these three terms. That means here we left with only x square divided by the sigma 1 square as like this. and here we left with this divided by this term multiply by -2 because we take 1 divided by -2 common from this term, and here we left with this divide by this value. Now we will shift origin to mu1 mu2. That means in this answer at the place of x we write x minus mu1, and at the place of y we write here y minus mu2 as like this. So this is the PDF of the bivariate normal distribution, which was actually the joint probability density function of x and y. And now we can also see that mu1, mu2, sigma 1, sigma 2 and rho r are 5 parameters. Basically, firstly we make these 3 assumptions, and after that we just have to calculate the joint PDF of x and y. Then after applying this formula of the probability as like this, and then after applying that 3 assumptions on this PDF of the normal distribution, and after doing some calculations, and at last shifting origin to mu1, mu2, we get our density function of the bivariate normal. So now in this video we will calculate marginal distribution of the bivariate normal distribution. That is, firstly we will calculate the marginal distribution of random variable x. Then after that we will calculate the marginal distribution of the random variable y by using the joint probability density functions of the x and y. Now we know that if we want to calculate the marginal PDF of x, we just have to integrate the joint PDF of x and y with respect to the opposite variable, that is the y. So that means the marginal distribution of x is equals to integration over the whole values of x. We know that in bivariate normal distribution our x lies between minus infinity to infinity, integration of the joint PDF of the xy with respect to the dy. Now we know that the value of this joint PDF is actually equals to this whole term. Now for making this integration more easier, we will use this substitution. That is, at the place of this value we will write only mu. After differentiating both sides with respect to dy, we get this term, and after cross multiplication we get the value of dy is equals to sigma 2 d mu. So now we will use this substitution here. That is, according to this equation, here we have to write mu square, and here we have to write only mu as like this one. And according to this equation, at the place of the dy we just have to write sigma 2 d mu. So now we can cancel this sigma 2 by the sigma 2. Now firstly we will calculate this equation. So now if we want to make this equation in the form of a plus b square or a minus b square, we suppose that this is our a square, then this must be our minus 2ab, where if this is our a, then we come to know that our b is equal to rho multiplied by x minus mu1 divided by sigma 1. That means now we need here plus b square. So that's why we will add this whole equation with the plus of this square and with the minus of this term square as like this one, that is the plus of b square minus of b square. Now we know that this term plus these two terms, and by using the formula of a minus b square we come to know that it is actually equals to this term. And now we can take common x minus mu1 divided by sigma 1 square common from these two terms. So inside the bracket we just have to write 1 plus rho square as like this one. Now we will substitute at the place of this term this whole term, and we can multiply this term inside these two terms as like this one. And after cutting we can see that e raised to power this term, that is a minus 1 by 2x minus mu1 divided by sigma 1 whole square, is independent of mu. That's why we will write this term outside the integration as like this, and rest of the term inside the integration as like this. Now to make this integration more easier, we will substitute this term is equals to, under root of this term is equals to t. So that's why if we differentiate both sides with respect to mu, we get this, and after cross multiplication our value of d mu is equals to this term. So now according to this equation, at the place of this term we have to write only t square, and according to this equation at the place of d mu we write here under root 1 minus rho square multiplied by the dt. Now it can be cancelled out by this term. Now we know this formula of the integration. If we compare this equation with this one, we get that at the place of x we are writing t square, and at the place of a square we are writing 1 by 2. That means a square is equal to 1 by 2. Now for the answer we want the value of a, so value of a is equal to 1 divided by under root 2. So all our value of this integral is equal to under root pi divided by a. That means 1 divided by under root 2. That means we can also say under root 2 multiplied by under root pi. That means under root 2 pi. So after cancelling this under root 2 pi with the 2 pi, we get only under root 2 pi. So this is the marginal distribution of our x random variable. We can see that it is actually equals to the PDF of the normal distribution. Just the difference is at the place of mu we are writing mu 1, and the place of the sigma we are writing here sigma 1. That means our x random variable belongs to normal distribution with the mean mu 1 and variance sigma 1 square. In the similar way, we can calculate the marginal distribution of our y random variable, where the marginal PDF of our y random variables is equals to the integration of the joint PDF of x and y with respect to the opposite variable, that is the dx. Now we can use this answer for calculating the marginal PDF of our y. That is at the place of x we will write y, and at the place of mu 1 and sigma 1 we write mu 2 and the sigma 2. So in this way we get the marginal PDF of our y also. Now it is again equals to the PDF of the normal distribution. Just the difference is at the place of mu we are writing mu 2, and at the place of sigma we are writing sigma 2. That means y random variable also belongs to normal distribution with mean mu 2 and the variance sigma 2 square. So in this way, firstly we derive the marginal distribution of our x random variable by using this formula and by using this substitution and by doing some calculations and again doing these substitutions and again doing some calculations. We get the marginal PDF of our x random variable, which is the normal distribution PDF with mean mu 1 and variance sigma 1 square. And again in this way we have calculated the marginal PDF of our y random variable also as like this one, where our y belongs to normal distribution with mean mu 2 and variance. Now we will calculate conditional distributions of the bivariate normal distribution. So firstly we will calculate conditional distribution of x for fixed y. Now we also know that in the probability we have formula this one, that is the probability of a given b is actually equals to probability of a intersection b divided by the probability of the b. Now considering x as a and considering y as b, we can write this term as like this one, that is joint probability function of x and y divided by the probability function of the y. We have already uploaded videos on our channel in which we have calculated the joint probability function of x and y, and another video in which we have calculated the marginal probability function of only y. You can watch that videos also. Now we know that the joint probability function of x and y is this, and the marginal probability function of the y is this. Now after cutting sigma 2 by sigma 2 and after cutting this under root 2 pi with this 2 pi, we will get only under root 2 pi in the denominator. Now we also know this formula, that is if our bases are same then we will subtract these powers. That means now at the place of these terms we have to write only e raised to power this term minus this term. Now minus minus will become plus, that's why we will write here only plus. Now we will multiply this term by 1 minus rho square and divide this term by 1 minus rho square, because we want to take common minus 1 divided by 2 1 minus rho square also from this term. So now after taking minus 1 divided by 2 and 1 minus rho square from this term, we will get this one equation. Now we can take common as y minus mu 2 square divided by sigma 2 square from these two terms. So we have to write here only 1 minus, here is 1 minus rho square, that is the this one term. Now we will take common 1 divided by sigma 1 square from all these terms. So we will write here only x minus mu 1 square. and in this term we have to multiply this term by the sigma 1 and divide this term by the sigma 1 to get a sigma 1 square in the denominator. Now after taking common 1 divided by sigma 1 square, from this term we will get this one. And again, now in this term we again have to multiply sigma 1 square and divide sigma 1 square to get 1 divided by sigma 1 square common from this term also. So now you can clearly see that it is actually the expansion of a minus b square formula, where our a is equal to this one and b is equal to this term. So that's why we can write this whole term as like this one, where it is the a square, it is the minus 2ab, and it is plus b square. Now if we take minus common from this term, then we can write this whole equation, and it is actually the conditional distribution of the x for the given y. Now we know that the PDF of the normal distribution is this. Now by comparing this one PDF with this one PDF, we come to know that at the place of the sigma, here we have sigma 1 under root 1 minus rho square. That means it is the standard deviation for this variate. Now also we can see that at the place of the mu, here we have this term. That means this is the mean of this variate. That means this variate belongs to normal distribution with the mean this one, that is the this, and with the standard deviation this, that means the variance this one, where variance is square of the standard deviation. Now similarly we can calculate the conditional distribution of y for given x by using this formula. Now we can write its answer from this term by just exchanging sigma 1 by sigma 2, x by y, and mu 1 by mu 2. Then we will get this one answer, which is nothing but conditional distribution of the y for the given x. Now similarly, as like in this case, this variate also belongs to normal distribution with standard deviation this, that means the variance this, because variance is square of standard deviation, and with the mean this, that is the this one. So in this way, firstly we have calculated the conditional distribution of x for fixed y by using this one formula. Then we come to know that it belongs to normal distribution with mean this and variance this. Then by using the same formula, we calculated the conditional distribution of y for fixed x. And again we come to know that it also belongs to normal distribution with mean this and. So now we will calculate moment generating function of the bivariate normal distribution. So we know that in the bivariate normal distribution we use two variables, that is x and y. So for x we write here t1 and for y we write here t2. Now according to the definition of the moment generating function, it is equals to expectation of e raised to power this multiplied by this plus this multiplied by this, as like this. Now we know that here we are using two variables x and y, so that's why we will write here two integrals. First integral is over the all values of x with respect to dx, and second integral is over the all values of y with respect to the dy. Here we write that term which is inside the expectation. Here we write the joint PDF of the x and y because we are using two variables x and y. Now we know that in probability we have this formula. If we apply this formula on the PDF, so we get this answer, that is the joint PDF of x and y is actually equals to this multiplied by this term, as like this. That is at the place of this we have to write this term as like this. Now we know that it is a function of y only and it is a function of x only, and we can separate this term as like e raised to power t2y multiplied by e raised to power t1x, and it is function of y, it is function of x. So we will write all the terms which are function of y inside the y integral and all the terms which are function of x inside the x integral. Now moreover we can see that it can be written as moment generating function of x divided by y divided by x random variable, and here we have to write a t2. So we also know that this variable, that is y divided by x, belongs to normal distribution with the mean this and variance this. We have already uploaded a video on our channel related to this topic. That is, in that video we have calculated the conditional distribution of y for fixed x, so you can watch that video also. And now we know that in the normal distribution we have moment generating function, this one, and now it also belongs to normal distribution with the mean this and variance this. That means we can write its moment generating function, which is equals to this one. Just at the place of mu we have to write this term as like this, plus half t2 square, and at the place of the sigma square we have to write this term as like this one. So this is the moment generating function of this variable, that is the y divided by x. Now after solving these all the brackets, we get these three different terms. Now we can also see that e raised to power t2 rho sigma 2 divided by sigma 1 x is the function of our x. That's why we have to write this value inside the x integral as like this one. Now again the bases are same, we can add these two powers as like this, and we take x common from these two terms. Now we can see that it is actually the moment generating function of x, and at the place of t we have to write this term. And moreover we know that our x belongs to normal distribution with the mean mu and the variance sigma square, and we know that for the normal distribution value of moment generating function is this. So that means the moment generating function of x is also equals to this one. Just the difference is at the place of t we are writing here this term. That's why in the answer here we also have to write this term as like this, and here we also have to write this term as like this one. Now again, since our bases are same, so we again add all these powers as like this one. Now again if we expand this bracket we get these two different terms, and we also expanded this bracket, we get these two terms, and again we solve this bracket, so we can get these three different terms. Then after cutting we can see that this term is cancelled out by this term, and this term is cancelled out by this term. So now we are left with this term plus this term as like this. Then we will take common 1 by 2 from this term and this term. So if we take common 1 by 2 from these three terms, we get this value. That is, overall this is the moment generating function of the bivariate normal distribution.